Oh, I should have stopped recording. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is your boy, Drain. And today we have another random fan art challenge. Not too sure who's gonna be. Here's the list if you guys didn't see in the last video. And remember, if you want to see any of your ideas on this list, be sure to leave it in the comments below. And every time I do one of these videos, I'll add one from the previous video. So we'll just keep the list like refilled that way. On that note, let's go ahead and pull and see what fan art we're gonna be working on today. We have our little janky little setup right here, and this right here is gold. This is where we're gonna pull all of our epic ideas from. All right, now let's see what we're gonna get today. Shape for good luck. Then let's go ahead and, oh yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm not even looking, and I can tell you there's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be, there it is, Transistor. Yes, I love Transistor. As a matter of fact, I have Transistor on my wall at this current moment. We're going rogue. We're going rogue. Look at that. Oh, there it is. On the wall. I think that goes to show just how much I love Transistor. And super excited for this piece. So let's get it. Right. Alright. Time to get into this.
Alright, hopping right into this thing. I sadly didn't get any good footage of the practice that went to this piece, but next time I'll make sure that we're all set for that by getting extra shots and angles that'll work with this. So like I said earlier, I absolutely love and I'm obsessed with Transistor, and even have worked on a few pieces of Transistor before, so I knew that going into this I had to make this one a little bit different from the ones that I've worked on in the past. The idea for this piece was inspired from the very beginning of the game, where Red is actually performing a concert on top of one of the buildings overlooking the city, and I really wanted to like encapsulate like that feeling of like a crowd watching, and like she's performing in front of this huge, giant, massive city full of buildings and life. So I really wanted to capture that feeling with this piece. I won't lie though, I was honestly pretty nervous going into this piece because I'm not the best when it comes to backgrounds, and even though I've gotten a bit better as time has gone by and with like a bit of practice going into it, I still get like super nervous working on any kind of like landscape or background, because I find I either put too much or too little detail into it, and I just really wanted to find like a good balance with this one. I also wanted to make the whole thing just feel like a scene from the game, so I really wanted to give it my all. I just wanted to feel almost like a concept art piece for it, because that's kind of like what I want to focus on. I really want to like make pieces that have stories or kind of have like an underlying message to it. Like I do love doing like the one-off like character pieces and landscape pieces, but at the end of the day I do like having a bit more happening in the scene of the piece I'm working on. With this piece I wanted to work in watercolor because I've been doing a lot of my current work digitally as of lately. Partially because I wanted to get better at like digital art, and also because I've honestly been falling in love with like digital art lately. It's really like easy to fix any mistakes, make any adjustments on the spot, but that's also kind of why I wanted to do this piece in watercolor, because doing it traditionally kind of forces me to be okay with like what I'm putting down, and like be a bit more confident in like what I'm putting out and working on with this piece. Though I will say watercolor is easily one of my top 3 art mediums ever. I absolutely love it. It just brings me so much joy and so much happiness working on it, and just the look and feel that comes with like a watercolor piece just really like inspires me. So I've always like had like a deep love for like watercolor. Alongside like watercolor on this piece, I later on end up using a bit of color pencil, because I see so many people who work in watercolor like using color pencil over their watercolor to kind of like clean it up or add like something like a color on top that they couldn't exactly get by adding watercolor on top of watercolor. So it was a super cool and fun experience, like really trying that out, because I've never done that before. So it was really neat. It had me like super excited. I was thinking about it like as I was working on it, like even before I like actually put like color pencil to the page, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do color pencil on top of this thing. We're gonna love it. And honestly, by the end of it, I absolutely love this piece. This is one of my bigger and one of my more nicer traditional pieces I've done in like recent history. So it really like inspired me and got me like wanting to do a bit more traditionally. So we'll see where that goes in the future. So talking more about this piece, it took me a little bit to actually finish this piece. I felt like kind of nervous working on it. I think I made this piece like more important and more big in my head. So it kind of like freaked me out like anytime I like sat down at the table to like work on this piece, because I felt like I really need to like nail it and like knock this one out. But by the end of it, like as I got like halfway through it, I kind of just said screw it and just went for it. And I'm so glad I did that, because I have like a real issue with trying to make everything perfect in my pieces, and that's really something that it's both like a pro and a con, because like I get to have like a awesome finished piece whenever I'm like super particular with it, but also I feel like it holds me back from like producing more or practicing more on like my art. And I really feel I need to like really work on more stuff rather than just spending 1,000 hours on one piece to like get better. So yeah, I'm really happy with the amount of time I put into this piece, but at the same time, it really like helped open my eyes to like, I need to kind of be okay with it not being exactly perfect or exactly how I pictured it in my mind. So going forward, it's going to be something I kind of try to practice and like work with like going forward. And yeah, coming toward the end of this piece, I gotta say it was so much fun working on it. Toward the end, I was feeling a little nervous. I was like, oh my goodness, it looks kind of muddy. And after I added the inks, the highlights, and the color pencil, it really brought it all together and kind of like evened out like the colors and really separated the different like shades of color from each other. I think that'll be something I want to work on in the future, is just working on like my values and trying to get like the color, like the lightness and darkness of the colors like right, like going forward. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. I plan on doing a few more of these, and I have a few more ideas that I want to work on, so look forward to those. And once again, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you'd like to see me create something else, or like if you have an idea for me to make, leave it down in the comments and maybe I'll add it to this list, and next time you might see me pull it and you'll see a finished piece. So thanks again, and I hope you all take care. See you later.